Hello everyone, this is Dylan from the Troll Club, and I'm here with Angel again.
Hi again.
And we're here with another Set 27 deck review. So this time we're going to be going over the newest green deck, which is the Goku and Bulma leaders, bringing with us the new adventure tag. So it's kind of like an entirely new archetype just for this deck. So we'll go into the leader first as usual. So activate main once per turn, you get to discard a green card from your hand, take a life and draw 2. So the taking a life is required. And discarding cards also required also is draw 2. Wake when your life's at 6 or less, you get to mill a Bulma First Adventure from your deck to your drop, and you get to shuffle and draw 1 card. And then on the Awaken side, is a really nice permanent where if you have a green Adventure Bulma in play in rest mode, your green non-Bulma Adventure cards cannot be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills. So, not many cards really have that kind of effect on them, so this seems like pretty nuts to have. Auto, discard 1 green card from your hand, draw 2. Very good effect there. And then activate main, you just set, if you don't have any non-adventure cards in your battle area, you just get to free play the Bulma from your drop in rest mode. So obviously you mill the Bulma with your leader, and then you get to just play it from the drop in rest mode. So I guess just the leader by itself, how would you like rate this leader?
It's like it's a whole engine on its own, so I mean, you don't even have to touch your deck before you see that you draw a crap load of cards and get free plays and protection. It's like,
yeah,
it's like 3 cards put onto one. It's pretty crazy, just on its own. Plus Green Saiyan, Green Earthling. Green Earthling doesn't matter, right? Just Green Saiyan matters more.
Yeah, just having Saiyan on is probably better. But yeah, in the permanent, obviously, that's like a one-of-a-kind thing. Yeah, that's not many cards at all really have that effect where you just can't be removed by anything.
The Obuni thing, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy there. And obviously being able to free play the Bulma to where that permanent is always in play, and that'll be another Bulma that we'll show, is very good there. So the leader is very good. Well, obviously the archetype is what matters more, because
only downside is activate main only. You can't have extra cards on board and stuff like that. So this is not a pod deck, healing pod deck.
Yeah, it may seem like you can't. It may seem like it's gonna be a healing pod deck where you play stuff from the drop, draw cards, but having a non-adventure card in play does counts for the pods. So, and also counts for Z extras too, by the way. Yeah. So you have to really be careful with the Z extras that you play or like other non-adventure cards that you're playing, so do be mindful of that. So we'll go into the deck first. We'll go to the Bulma First Adventure first, obviously, since that is the one the leader wants to use. It's Deflect Unique, 2 cost, 1k. When it's played, you get to play a Oolong, changing shapes in your deck or drop in rest mode, then shuffle your deck. So obviously the leader does play it from the drop with its skills. This will just play, this one's played from anywhere, so you just play it from the drop, you immediately get that effect off. And then you get the Oolong out, so Oolong, he has to Deflect also, 1k, plays in rest mode. If you lose a green adventure card, you just get to turn into a 6 or less adventure card from your drop. You just play any of them on top of this card, but they are negated for the game, and then you are locked into adventure battle cards for the rest of the turn when you use this effect. So do be mindful of that with the Oolong. Make sure not to play anything that's non-adventure after you use the Oolong's effect. You do want to use this effect probably like after you play something that's not adventure, so do be mindful of that. But obviously the leader being able to get like just these 2 off for free is pretty busted, right? You think so?
Yeah, anything free stuff. I mean, green has a lot of cards that want to sack off things, so just being able to have free things to remove on your own board for that, successor targets as well, as long as you don't do the Oolong thing. I mean, it's pretty broken. Thankfully they didn't let you use pod, otherwise this would be like completely insane, I think.
Yeah, and they did balance it a little bit by making her a 1k with no.
Yeah, it's like a nothing card, but it is.
It
is a card on the board.
Yeah,
with combo power and stuff.
It does put your opponent in a situation where like they are forced to remove the Bulma card first before they can remove anything else. So it kind of makes your opponent play awkwardly, or like they have to swing into the Bulma, which green has dormant, so it's probably not the best idea to do that. But yeah, that obviously worked really well with the protection. The other one that works really well with the protection is the Bulma SR. This is like, I believe this is the only SR for the deck, but it's very good. 1 energy, just counterplay, just play it in rest mode. That's when it's in rest mode against barriers. So that procs the leader, giving your battle cards a protection on your opponent's turn. It also has a really busted auto, where if it's in rest mode, whenever your opponent uses a skill to add a card from their deck to their hands, that's drawing cards or like searching something or just any way like that. your opponent just pitches one. So it is limit 1, but yeah, it is very, very, very
it's
good.
It's an incredibly annoying card. So like you play a guy to get rid of the first Bulma, they just counterplay you with this Bulma, and now there's another one in the way. And then now you also have to pitch one if your guy like draws on play or something. So,
yes.
Well, I didn't even draw a card. All I did was like get rid of a nothing card. It is 1 energy no matter what though. So I mean, he's still paying. You're still paying for it, but that is super annoying.
Yeah. And the fact that it has barrier too, it makes it even more sticky to where your other battle cards can't die.
Makes it so red doesn't just blow you out completely through the removal and everything too.
So yeah, this card's very, very good for the deck. And playing an opponent's turn is very relevant for another card we'll show later. Then we have our 4-drop Goku Protecting Friends. Deflect blocker. If you have 2 more energy, you get to draw 1 play from your hand. And then activate battle if you are attacking a battle card, or if you're in a battle with a battle card, you get to switch to active mode. It gets 10k for the battle. So in both turns, you can be a 25k once if you're attacking a battle card. Pretty decent. Just a decent turn 2 play, really. I don't think you would play this after turn 2. You don't think so?
You could if you get floodgated. This is a good card to drop, especially. I mean, if assuming Dormant sticks around, this is crazy.
That's
you
true.
Just throw this down. He can't be. It's like an unremovable blocker unless they get rid of Bulma first. And then you just Dormant block, 25k blocker on tap. Pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So it's
replaces itself. Crazy.
Pretty good card for there. And then we have the Puar and Yamcha combo. So a lot of these cards combo with each other. The Puar, 2 costs 5k. Activate main if you lose a green adventure card. You choose one of your battle cards placed in the drop. You get to draw 1 place from your hand, and then get to choose a green adventure Yamcha card and return it back to your hand. So, like if you already have the Yamcha in play, you can bounce it back and play the Yamcha again to get its effects off. Activate main. Also, he has the same thing as the Oolong, where he gets to turn into any 6 or less from the drop, just anything. Also with the skills to get it for the game, but she actually does not lock you into adventures. Only Oolong does. So I believe he's the only card in the deck that locks you into adventures when you use his effects. So it is pretty relevant because a lot of the cards for Oolong and Puar, they do require, a lot of the other cards require you to have certain character names in play. So being able to turn into them from the drop whenever you want is pretty relevant. So that's pretty nice there. Puar is mostly important because of the Yamcha card. Activate main. If you lose a green adventure, your opponent has 2 more energy. You get to play from your hand. You get to remove a marker off of Innocence, or marker removal on the activate main is very, very useful. Then he has an auto where if you have a Puar card in play, whenever he attacks, you get to choose a battle card and KO it, and you get to choose a card in their hand and discard it. So that's obviously pretty big, being able to choose the card out of their hands.
Yeah, sells EDK on legs there and kills a guy. It's a lot of stuff for 1 energy.
Yeah, and obviously the leader giving a protection.
It just stays alive.
It makes it into where they can stay alive. You can play another Yamcha next turn, have 2 of those effects on.
Yeah, not limit 1 on that auto for some reason. Probably should be.
So that's pretty good. That's
pretty nuts.
It's probably the best combo of the deck, obviously. Puar and a Yamcha.
It's not like a game ender, but it's very powerful. Like as you're pushing, that's like nuts. Yeah,
it's a lot of good effects for 1 card. Just removing markers, KOing something, and picking a card with their hand. That's a lot for 1. So that's really good there. Then we have the Roshi and Goku combo. So Roshi does make it to where if you have a Goku child in play, you get to activate Kamehameha energy release from your hand without paying energy cost. We'll go over that in a minute. That's an extra card. You get to pay 1 green. If there's a green adventure, you have 3 more energy, draw 1 card, play this card from your hand. So making it to where the extra card, we'll look at the extra card in a minute, but it is very, very good to make that card free. So Roshi's pretty worth it. And then we have the Goku, deflect dual attack. If you lose a green adventure, your opponent has 3 more energy, you get to draw 1 card, play this card from your hand. And if you have activate main, if you have Roshi in play, you get to KO a battle card, and then during the next time you activate the activate battle on the extra card, you get to reduce the skill cost by 1 green. So let's go over the extra card real quick. So it's Kamehameha energy release. Counter attack, you discard a green adventure card from your hand and get the attack and draw 2. So with the Roshi, that makes it free. So if you have Roshi in play, you just get to negate for free.
Goku and Roshi in play, you get a super combo negate.
Yeah, not even Goku, just Roshi makes this free.
You have to have Kid Goku for the reduction, right?
So you have
to have both for both.
But if you have both of them in play, which is not too hard, and then obviously the leader's going to be protecting them. If they don't die, you can have a free negate, which is pretty nice. In the activate battle, 1 green, this is what the Goku was mentioning. You get to give a Goku Childhood or Roshi card with Adventure, 15k, crit, and double strike. So this can be the leader, this can be the dual attacker or the Roshi, just give them double strike and crit.
or another card that we'll look at in a minute too.
Or that. Yeah, that's pretty strong for free if you have both of those out. Just being able to make anything double strike crit. How good do you think the combo is of these 3 cards in this deck? Like, you think it'll happen often enough?
Yeah, because I mean, with the leader protection, it'll happen pretty consistently. I think just be able to play them out like over turns, and even then, 2 energy to get 3 20k swings and that live, that's worth it. That's very strong. I think it's a very good game ender, especially with like the really, really good cards you have to bridge the mid-range turns until you get to turns 4 or 5.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last card, or not the last card, but one of the last cards of the archetype is Start of a Journey. It's an extra card. You can choose one of your green adventure as 2 activate mains. The first one you get to choose a adventure Kid Goku battle card, and you get to play a Bulma from the drop in rest mode, and then you get to give the Goku blocker into the opponent's turn. So obviously that sets up your leader permanent. You can play the SR on the drop off of that, which is pretty important. Plays it with its skills, so it's a way to recycle it. It's pretty nice. And obviously giving a blocker means you have a blocker that can't be removed, so it's pretty nice there.
Dormant blocker.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then activate main, you can look top 7 and add 2 green adventure cards to your hands. With another card that we're looking at in a minute, this could actually make it worth playing in the deck. Like, it wasn't before they showed the secret rare. This probably wasn't a card you would maybe play, but now that they showed the secret rare,
yeah, it's like okay before. I like the recycling Bulma part, but the other part I was like, I mean, I guess if you like open a pretty dead hand, maybe, but you draw so much that's not likely.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, you don't really have like a turn 1 play in this deck, so this is kind of your only one, and being able to search 2 off top 7, that is pretty good. But obviously you got to see it turn 1. You don't want to play too many of these, so.
Yeah.
There is that. So we're going to the last main deck card, which is the Secret Rare. So it's recently revealed. It's not on Deck Planet yet, so showing it here. It's pretty good for the deck. It looks underwhelming on the surface, but when you really think about it with like how the deck plays, it does seem pretty strong. It does require a Bond 2, which is not too hard in this deck since,
Just activate main.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because
that's all you gotta do.
Because your cards can survive. If you have 3 or more energy, you can play it pretty early, which is nice. You can play from your hand against barrier for the next 2 turns, which is pretty nice. So this is pretty easily going to survive another couple turns. It's a really good once per turn auto. Whenever a battle card is just played, you get to draw 1 card and choose a green battle card switch to active mode. So actually, this looks like this will apply to your opponent's battle cards also, right? Because it just says whenever a battle. Oh no, when your battle cards play. Okay, yes, yeah. So if you play something on their turn, you can draw and untap something on your turn also, which is pretty decent. Like you can block with something and then untap it, so something like that. Draw on both turns. Yeah, what do you think of the Secret Rare?
Yeah, like you said, it's like very underwhelming on the surface, but with the adventure tag, it gets the protection from the leader. Barrier for 2 turns, yours and theirs. Protect you against like red, or like a deck with super heavy removal to be able to get through Bulmas and stuff. You're going to draw twice off of it. So it's like a draw 2, 40k dual attack. On 1 energy and on turn 3, it's a lot of stuff. And if it sticks, it's just a constant extra draw and another 40k swing just over and over, 40, 40, 40. And it's a Kidku that you can put the Kame behind, so 55 double strike crit. Yeah. It's really scary. I mean, only in this deck, I think. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. There's probably something else. I'm just not remember. I've been playing too much green, but
yeah, the only thing I can really think of that would make it like decent is like with Goku Gohan.
That's kind of awkward though, because then your Goku Gohan kind of has to live, because it burns. Your once per turn burns on the first card you play, so you can't play Goku Gohan swing and then untap it.
Because you'll probably have to play this first, have it lived another turn, and then play Goku Gohan, and then have it swing twice that 1 turn, I guess.
You wouldn't be able to though. Like if you play the Goku Gohan, that once per turn gets burned. You get to draw and untap a guy. So that's not really like it was.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So if you have a Goku Gohan on board somehow, then that would work. Though. But yeah,
it's a little awkward how it may work, but it is an adventure card. It is searchable, so
yeah, I think it mostly in this deck is where it gets the max value. I can't think of anything else where it's particularly good.
Yeah, there is other SRs you could probably run over this. Like I wouldn't think this is like the be all end all secret rare that you have to run. There's probably like many other green secret rares that you run over that if you really wanted to, or if you just like don't pull it. That's good there. We'll go into the Z deck cards now. So we got a Z leader, Great Ape Goku leader. So Z Awaken for free, no life restriction on it. It just requires that you have one Z and then choose one of your battle cards placed in the drop and gets just Awaken over it. Has an Activate main. We get to pay 1 green, choose a battle card and KO it, and then you get to play the Puar from your drop and then remove this card from the game. So it actually gets a lot of your combos going, right, with a lot of other cards and stuff also.
Yeah. Being able to play the Puar from drop with its skills is pretty crazy too, because of other cards that it synergizes with, and just the
Yamcha combo too, right?
Yeah, the Yamcha combo too as well. Like being able to recycle the Puar to make sure that's always live. Free being on your opponent's turn, assuming they like removed your Bulmas or something, and you don't care about protection, or you're in trouble and you need 5k permanently. That's nice for free. And then on your own turn, just wipe it and get you all your skills back. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, being able to turn into this whatever you want on any life, it's pretty good. And just having obviously just a leader KO is pretty nice too. So very good Z leader for the deck. And then we'll go into the Z Unison, which is also pretty crazy. So
crazy.
So permanent is can't attack just because it's a Shenron card, obviously. Has a really good auto once per turn on either player's turn. Whenever you play an adventure card, you just gain 3 markers. So it's pretty nuts already. It has a pretty good activate main, -7. You get to take control of one of your opponent's battle cards just forever. This card's pretty nuts.
It's insane. I mean, this is. I looked at this and I was like, oh, so Dormant is like banned or something, because like this will live. Like 7 markers, like in a turn, basically. You know, it's you pay the one, play the one on your own turn, pass their turn, Bulma counterplay. You're at 7 markers. Yeah,
unless they're gonna waste 2 energy to black smoke this, but
that would be the worst turn 2 ever.
Yeah, it was a 1 energy play, so it's not really like that harmful. But yeah, it's mostly Dormant that makes this card so crazy, right? Like this enables Dormant just so much, so you have really good defense.
So many markers. I mean, any Spirit Boost thing that you can think of, that's crazy too, with all those markers.
Yeah, and then it's obviously a Z Unison, so you don't have to waste slots in your deck. So it's only 1 Z. It's very easy to go into. You probably just play this turn 2 and then it lives the entire game. So.
Yeah, and then if like when you're pushing, they get a token blocker, you just take it.
You just anything they play, you just get to steal. Yeah. So or if they leave a really big battle card in active mode for some reason, you just get to steal it. So.
Oh yeah, if they got guys that like untap, like Shadow Dragons or something.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's no cost restriction on it or anything. You steal anything you want. So. Yeah, that Z Unison, it's pretty nuts. If Dormant was ever to get hits, I guess now would be the time, because this probably like puts it over the edge a little bit, right? Like this could be meta just because of this combo, right?
I mean, you have Dormant blocker with like guys that live and a Unison that's gonna stay. Like there's no like your opponent literally can't do anything to play around it.
Yeah. So this is pretty nuts. So definitely I recommend playing that in the deck. So that was all the adventure cards and the archetypes. So we'll go into our deck list now. So here it is. So it's pretty standard. Like you are playing a lot of you pretty much are locked into the archetype with a lot of the cards, because the leader really doesn't want non-adventures for the cards. So just playing 3 of the Bulmas because you mill it. So unless you're playing against black, that'll probably be a problem where they warp a lot of your Bulmas, then you can't play it from the drop. Just 2 Oolongs because Bulma just plays it over and over again. Yeah, just pretty much 4 of the best combos in every Goku, Roshi 4, Puar and Yamcha 4. Kamehameha Energy Release, I think it's just too good not to play 4 of, right?
You have to play 4 because both effects are so strong. So, I mean, you'll probably do the second effect.
It's kind of
likely to happen twice. It's the way to win.
Yeah, it's kind of like your only way to win. You don't really have like a big boss monster in this deck, so.
In archetype, other than like the secret rare, yeah.
Yeah, so this will probably be like some of the way you'll win. Like if you use the secret rare, it's a good way to win too with that. 4 Dormant, obviously, because you have a really busted Z Unison. You are Saiyan, so you gotta use this. And then token negates, very obviously, just...
Some deep package there, yeah.
Just Goku Gohan's for some barrier removal. It's late game, it's decent.
Still good.
Cell Xeno, I think it's... If you don't play the the Goku, I think this is probably like the next best secret rare in this deck.
Yeah, it's so easy to set up. You
have so many 6s in this deck, so it's just 2 of
even
those.
From just playing guys from drop, you could just like leader, play the Puar, turn into a 6 cost, and then turn into Bulma and Oolong, so that's 10. Or just like another 6 cost from your hand, so like it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
You'll always be able to turn it on.
Yeah, so this is definitely. I think this is definitely the next best secret rare for this deck for sure. It's just so easy to go
Unless
into.
you're really attached to the Cell Max burn combo, which you could be. You've got you got the double strike behind it, so
yeah.
you could hit him down to 1, then burn him if you want to run the Cell Max and what's it called, Bojack, right?
Bojack, yeah. So just 2 of this. I might play the new secret rare in this, so it's pretty decent to search a secret rare with this. It's like really your only good turn 1 play, like your only turn 1 play at all. Like you can't even play like a Z extra because
you can't even Z energy on turn 1.
well, that and also your leader doesn't want you to have it in play, so
exactly, yeah.
It doesn't really work there. So it's kind of like your only turn 1 play, and later on you can just charge it, so it's not too bad.
Pitch it off leader too.
Yeah, Paragus is probably just the best one. You don't really search anything in this deck, so I think it's just...
Yeah, the quote-unquote in archetype super combo actually just doesn't even have the tag, so that's probably on purpose.
Yeah, that's weird. That's probably because you can't like turn into it from the drop, but with the
Puar.
The Oolong and Puar, so there's that. That's probably the best one. This is a really, really good card in this deck, you think?
Yeah.
It's like super easy to go into.
It's like every deck can go in, get into it pretty easily, but this is like, you don't even have to play cards from hand to turn into this. You can just, from the drop...
The combo with the Z leader, right?
Yeah, lead and Z lead. So you just lead Bulma Oolong, so there's 4 right there, and then turn into Z lead, activate main. It still costs 1, but it's nothing from hand. The Puar comes out, Puar can turn into any 6 cost in your drop, and then just Puar and Oolong away. You still have your Bulma, you've got this thing. It's crazy. Just 200, yeah. So it's always live in your hand. You don't have to be set up into it.
Yeah, another game.
Pay 1. Or pay 2, pitch 2, double striker. It's nuts.
It probably is gonna stack up like with this plus Yamcha plus Bulma. That's a lot of pitching in the deck, honestly. So
yeah, it's an uncomfortable amount.
It's gonna be hitting a lot of your hands. So Z deck's pretty standard. 2 Z innocents just in case the first one gets like black smoked or something. You can play another one, but I think once you play one, it's gonna usually live the entire game unless they play like some just complete unison hate that destroys this, but. It just gains too many markers, I think. 3 in both turns is
realistically,
just so
I think
crazy.
Only if they're like SGRing you is it going anywhere.
Yeah. But even then, it doesn't kill it, and like... I guess it would kill it, right? Swing at it, and then...
If like leaders swing into it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a lot just to kill a 1-drop unison, so...
Yeah.
We'll see. 1Z extra, just to be mindful how you use it. Then just the usual stuff, just Frieza, Broly, Vegito... 3 is the unisons because it is just really easy to go into. Maybe you can even play 4.
Potentially, yeah.
Because it just
to keep it going.
Just being a 20k whenever you want. Killing a battle card is really not that much of a cost, so...
Yeah, no, especially when you've got a bunch of free ones on board.
Having a leader pop plus a free play, I mean, it's pretty nice.
And removal built in.
Yeah.
And activate main, so it's not like you gotta swing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, deck's kinda got it all.
Yeah, I'm surprised how good this deck is, really. So, yeah, and guess in conclusion, this could potentially be one of the best green decks, you think? Like one of the, maybe even tier 1? Has a chance to be tier 1?
I think so. It's got the stuff that, I mean, assuming the meta stays the same way, maybe not, because I don't know if it's got the best matchup into the other green deck, the Zamasu mill.
Yeah,
that would be kind of tough. It's kind of tough to beat that, but that's not really a quote-unquote green deck. It is a mill deck that has access to Dorman. That's about it. But this is for, if you're doing green stuff, this is a really good green deck for sure.
Yeah, I could see like some matchups having a problem, like probably black whooping some of your stuff so you can't play from the drop, or red being able to ignore your leader permanent, or obviously like mill decks that would be really bad because you're milling yourself plus drawing a bunch of cards, so you're like in a really short timer with that kind of deck. But anything else, I mean, really.
No, it's very powerful.
Yeah, very strong. So that was the Goku and Bulma deck with the new adventure tag. Yeah, seems like a really, really good deck. I'm excited to try it out. We'll see how it does in the meta with that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you thought of the Goku and Bulma deck in the description or in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next deck review for set 27. And goodbye.
Goodbye.